हाय। अभी थोड़ा स्टैंड अप सुन रहा था मिस्टर वरुण ग्रोवर का। अच्छा बोलते हैं। उन्होंने कुछ ऐसा बोला कि मुगल का जो इतिहास है वो मोदी सरकार डिलीट कर रही है या रिप्लेस कर रही है फ्रॉम द पाठ्य पुस्तक एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स। आई डोंट नो हाउ true it is. I'm not in India and I'm not in school anymore or my children, so I don't know. I might have to check. But one thing is right, that about the Modi, I am not fan of Modi and I'm not opposite also. Doesn't matter for me. The only thing I am saying is that, like, when I studied, as with so many people might agree with me, okay, like we have only the concentration on the Mughal history when we studied in a 6, 7, 8 standard, and then there is a British or the European history. That's all we know. Like, we don't know anything about the resistance for the Mughal or any other dynasty since starting of the 11th or 12th century. Like, if you can find in some college kind of the books that I found later and I read, that I found that there was like really resistance, like for the Gujarat, like that is count as a very very soft place. There was a resistance to Mughal Badshah. Like, we only talking about the Rana Pratap, but there are so many people like Rana Pratap everywhere, and there is no like any kind of information regarding that. That is not right either. So if Modi is Sarkar correcting that, I'm not saying that we have to delete Mughal or the British or the European history, but we have to balance them. Like, we knows that our educators and universities got lot of money from the KGB and other Russian propaganda, and they used to get money and the support from there, and their mind is right. Even today there was some historian named, I think, 93-year-old Romila Thapar or something. Like, she never want to accept any thing bad thing about the Ghori. Like, she loved the Ghori more than the Ghori's mother. Like, she she think Muhammad Ghori was the secular, and breaking the Somnath temple was only for the money. It has nothing to do with the religion. It's crap. But then when the Ghori come, like in a history in Gujarat, they like do not show any resistance that they did. How many people sacrificed their life to save the temple? There's nothing there. It should be there. You cannot say like Gujarat last Raja Karan Ghelo just bhagi gyo, bhag gaya. That's the word I read. I remember. I don't know. It was my in a school book or some other book. But that's the way in Gujarat the historian described their people. Like, हमारे लास्ट राजा भाग गए थे वो जब मोहम्मद गोरी आया था तो. It's so stupid. It's the balance is balance always. Like, history is the very 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 delicate subject. It's always affected by the person who says that, and everybody see the same incident totally different way. Same incident different way to describe some different thing, and it has really effect on the people who read that too. Like, somebody told other day that, like, he studied when he grew up in Pakistan, because his father was in an Indian High Commission, and they he says that, I don't know much inside, but he says that, like, there was a in a history that they teach in Pakistan is like they first teach you the beginning of the civilization, that Harappa and Mohenjo-daro or whatever it is, and then directly there is no in between, and then they directly come on the 712 AD, like when Abu Bakr came from the Iraq and invade the Sindh, and then they think their history start from there. That's, I don't understand which kind of the mentality it is. Your ancestors were the part of the Porus who fight with the Sikandar and stood against him, and that you are that time part of the Maurya Samrajya, Gupta Samrajya, Ashok Samrajya. Nothing, people don't, the student never knows anything about that. It is like, how many people after they graduate then study the history? Nothing. Whatever they learn in their school days, that's all they knows, and that's all they knows for rest of their life. So I don't, the Modi might try to change the description of our history from the our school book, and it is good thing, but yes, we have to be aware and careful that it does, the clock doesn't swing all the way other side. We don't want to delete totally other history. We want to balance the history. We don't want to put the history of only Mughal, but we want to put the history of the other king and kings that rule that time too, or resist that time too. So that's why we can get the balanced history. Like I give a simple example. I'm from the small town nearby Surat in South Gujarat, exact between the Mumbai and Ahmedabad, same distance from both sides. And during like this is not taught in a school, but then later on I find out more. Like when you start from the Mumbai like 100 years ago, this is like I'm talking about, this is 2026 today, this is 1926. In 1926 Mumbai has a British rule. Then from Mumbai you start to come towards the Surat, Gujarat, the Vapi came, and then there is a Daman Vapi as the Portuguese rule. Then you start to come more towards Ahmedabad, it come Balsar has a British rule. Then there is a Billimora, that is my town. Billimora is a Gaikwad rule. And then on the north of the Billimora there was another uh, like a jungle, Dang jungle, that has a, like they're all small kings there. And then other side of that there is another jungle of the Dharampur that has its own king. Now from the Billimora you go again towards the north, and in north there is a Navsari. Navsari has a British rule, and then there is a, after that there is a Sachin come after 10-15 miles. Sachin is a small kingdom of 23 or 24 villages. That's all. It is ruled by the African people that came from Africa and used to rule in a Zanzira island nearby the Bombay. And they came to in a Sachin as a like they have a deal with the Peshwa British, that British got the Zanzira island, and the British gave them this small estate. So on the Sachin, that is like 5 miles from the Surat, has a separate state. Then there is a Surat that has a British rule. Then if you go further north, then it's a Gaikwad start, like Bharuch and Baroda is a Gaikwad ruling there, and like so many other area around that. And then if you go the north, the last point is the Ahmedabad has again British rule. So think about that. From Mumbai to Ahmedabad is a 500 kilometer. In 500 kilometer, how many kingdoms change? There is no information when we grew up in that. This all I find out. I have relatives who lives in a Sachin, and they don't know anything about the ruling class for their kings. And then this is only for the Gujarat. When you see other part of the Gujarat, there's a Kathiawar that has at the time of the independence like 250 small kingdoms. How they came up to the in existence after the Mughal Sultanate dissolved, nobody knows, nobody teach you. So we need the balanced history in our Pathya Pustak, our school. And I hope Modi can do the balance. If he doesn't do, then we can make fun of him like Varun is doing that. But we have to wait and watch. Thanks.